Hey, baby chickens, it's Dalton from Q103, and in honor of the release of the new AC/DC album, Rock or Bust, we're taking an exclusive look inside the heads of the guys who made it happen. Tony Labrie from Loudwire sat down with AC/DC and asked them if they agreed with Gene Simmons when he said that rock is dead.
It's been a long funeral then.
A very long funeral.
Yeah.
You know, with all respect to the lad, I think he's terribly wrong for a start. You know, I mean, I really do. I don't think anybody should, you know, have the nerve to stand there and just say a certain genre of music has just disappeared overnight. It's no longer because I say so. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Gene, you're wrong. And I'm saying it's alive and kicking. My name's Brian. How do you do?
What advice would they give a band who is just starting out today?
I think if they think they've really got something, you got to stick with it. I think that's with probably, when people find their direction and what they're doing, they finally kind of define what they are as a band, and then they should hang on to that. That's especially if you're getting an audience and they're digging what you do. To hang on to that.
Keep on keeping on, right?
Keep on.
I think kids have got a better chance to get their stuff out now with the social media. You know, they can buy stuff to record with. I remember if we could buy a 4-track, we couldn't buy a 4-track recording thing. It's 4 tracks and tape. And we could afford to go to a little studio, say in Newcastle where we lived. We'd save up to go in there, and then we'd have to physically take it, to London or wherever it was. Now it literally can do it in a garage and put it out. But it's like I said, if you're playing stuff and people are digging it and they're going, wow, that's brilliant. You've started your band, and all you got to do now is keep at it. You got to dodge the people again, get yourself a proper job. You got to take the path less traveled. You got to do all that stuff, and and just take it on the chin.
You got to have the passion too.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's not
probably key right there.
Even for us in the beginning, not so easy. We knew that you're not going to, how do you call it? I mean, a lot of times there was not much money, so you were living on, debt more or less, to get by and get through. So, I mean, there is a lot of, years of, being lean and what, but you got to really you got to believe in it.
What was the scariest moments on tour?
We've had the scary plane rides. We've had more than fair share that. We've had an engine blow up on takeoff, which was bloody hairy. I remember sitting next to Malcolm, and Malcolm's gone. Malcolm was in the window, and it was a big quadruple propeller job, big thing. And Miles just went, that engine's smoking. And I went, what? He said, the lights aren't out yet. Yes, he said, no. He said, this isn't good. And I went, hey, that's not good. And there was oil and stuff coming out. And then I was just going to call the thing, and then these sparks come out, and he just went, just as we're going to take off. But thankfully, the pilot spotted it, and we came to a judder and halt and did the emergency exit off the plane and all that. But, I mean, every band that's travelled the world and, on tour,
I think it's a lot
they get all of that kind of stuff all the time, But
because you're trying to get there in a lot of gigs, so you've got to get there. So.
There was one gig where we had to lie on the floor of the bus when these moral majority who were driving in, and they were after Angus because he'd be, because Angus dropped these drawers in the set, and they said, it's the son of the devil. Well, we were all devil's children. Antichrist, devil's children. That's what we stood for. That's what the thing. So they're waiting for the bus coming. Big
I didn't
John.
know that. That's all. This is new stuff to me.
Big John, our security, said, right, I want everybody lying on the floor. And it was Tipper Gore. That was her. But anyway, so we had to lie on the floor. We had to change the name on the front of the bus to Singers for Christ. And we drove in. That was the only way we could get in. Fucking man. And by the way, that was in America too.
How difficult will it be to not have Malcolm on stage with them?
Stevie, he's doing Mal's role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Stevie's done it before. He filled in for Mal in the 80s. He plays like Mal. He's that same style.
But he just, he worked his tail off in the studio to make sure that he did it right. He wanted to do it right. He's a bit like Mal, isn't he? He's
Yes.
very, very straight lad.
Yes.
And he plays well. You can hear what he did. I needn't talk about it.
Was there ever any hesitation to keep going as AC/DC without ailing guitarist Malcolm Young?
Well, Malcolm did say one statement, and when Malcolm says things, you usually listen, and I'm not kidding. And he said, keep making music. He knew what was happening to him.
Yes.
He knew. He's the hardest man I've ever met in my life. I mean, I'm talking hard. And the straightest shooter I've ever talked to in my life. He didn't stand fools gladly. He just said what he meant, and what he said usually meant a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he wasn't kidding. There's no softness about him. He didn't want any kind of memorials or things. You just keep making music.
For more exclusive interviews and videos, make sure you check out Q103albany.com.